How many strategies have you tried? Think about it. Really think. How many indicators have you tested? How many courses have you bought? How many systems have you abandoned after a few losses? If you are like most traders, the answer is too many to count. You started with one strategy. It worked for a while, maybe a week, maybe a month. Then it stopped working. So you looked for another, and another, and another. The search never ends. Because you are looking for something that does not exist. The perfect strategy. The holy grail. The system that never loses. The indicator that is always right. Here is the truth that will save you years of frustration. The perfect strategy does not exist. It never has. It never will. It is a myth. A fantasy. A lie that the trading education industry sells you so you keep buying more courses. Every strategy loses. Every strategy has drawdowns. Every strategy has losing streaks. Even the best strategies in the world lose 30, 40, even 50% of the time. The question is not which strategy never loses. That question has no answer. The question is which strategy you can follow when it does lose. Because it will lose. Guaranteed. Most traders spend years searching for a strategy that does not exist. They switch from stocks to Forex to crypto. They switch from trend following to mean reversion to order flow. They buy every course, join every group, watch every video. They think the next one will be the one. And at the end of all that searching, what do they have? A collection of abandoned strategies. A history of blown accounts. A stack of courses they never finished. And the same results they had on day one. Why? Because the problem was never the strategy. The problem was never the indicator. The problem was never the market. The problem was them. The problem was you. You keep searching because you think the answer is out there. In a different time frame. In a different pair. In a different indicator. In a different course. But the answer is not out there. The answer is inside you. Your discipline. Your execution. Your consistency. And until you stop searching, you will never find it. Why do traders keep searching for the perfect strategy? Why do they hop from system to system, year after year, never settling on anything? The answer is simple. The search feels productive. The search feels like progress. When you are learning a new strategy, you feel like you are doing something. You feel like you are getting closer. You feel like the next one might be the one. Your brain releases a little dopamine every time you learn something new. Every new indicator. Every new pattern. Every new setup. It feels good. It feels like you are improving. But here is the trap. The search is a distraction. It keeps you busy so you do not have to face the real problem. Yourself. It is easier to learn a new strategy than to admit that your discipline is weak. It is easier to buy a new course than to admit that you do not follow your rules. It is easier to blame your system than to blame yourself. The trading education industry knows this. That is why they keep selling you new strategies. That is why every new course promises to be the one. That is why every new indicator claims to be the secret. They know you are addicted to the search, and they profit from your addiction. They do not want you to find the perfect strategy, because if you found it, you would stop buying. They want you to keep searching forever. They want you to believe that the next course, the next indicator, the next system will be the answer. But no strategy will save you from yourself. Not the 200 EMA, not the Fibonacci retracement, not the Ichimoku cloud, not the order flow, not the market profile, not the volume profile, not the VWAP, not the RSI, not the MACD, not the stochastic, not any of them. These are tools. Tools are useful. A hammer is useful, but a hammer does not build a house. The carpenter builds the house. The carpenter's skill builds the house. The carpenter's discipline builds the house. The same is true in trading. Your tools do not make you profitable. You make you profitable. Your discipline makes you profitable. Your execution makes you profitable. Your consistency makes you profitable. Stop looking for a new hammer. Start learning how to use the one you have. Let me prove to you that the perfect strategy does not exist. Think about the best traders you know. The ones who actually make money consistently. Do they all use the same strategy? No. Some are trend followers. They buy breakouts and ride trends for weeks or months. Some are mean reversion traders. They buy pullbacks and sell rips. Some are scalpers. They are in and out in seconds. Some are position traders. They hold for years. Different strategies. Different time frames. Different markets. Same profitability. How is that possible? Because the strategy is not what makes them profitable. Their execution is. Their discipline is. Their risk management is. Their ability to follow their rules is. A trend follower and a mean reversion Trader can both be profitable trading the same market at the same time. One is buying breakouts. The other is buying pullbacks. They are doing opposite things. Both are winning. If the perfect strategy existed, there would be only one way to trade. But there are thousands. Because the strategy does not matter as much as you think. What matters is that you have a strategy. Any strategy. With a positive expectancy. A strategy that, over a large sample size, makes more money than it loses. That is it. That is all you need. You do not need the best strategy. You do not need the most profitable strategy. You do not need the strategy with the highest win rate. You just need a strategy that works. And then you need to follow it. The perfect strategy is a myth. It is a fantasy. It is the reason you have been stuck for years. You have been searching for something that does not exist while ignoring the only thing that matters: yourself. The best strategy in the world will not make you money if you do not follow it. And a mediocre strategy followed perfectly will make you money. Every time. Because consistency beats perfection. So if the perfect strategy does not exist, what actually works? I will tell you. And you are not going to like it. Because it is boring. It is simple. It is not sexy. It will not get 1,000,000 views on YouTube. What works is picking a strategy with a positive expectancy. Any strategy. It does not have to be the best. It does not have to be the most profitable. It just has to have a statistical edge. Backtest it. Understand its strengths and weaknesses. Know its drawdowns. Know its win rate. Know its average win. Know its average loss. Know its maximum consecutive losses. Know everything about it. Then, and this is the hard part, you follow it. Every single time. Not when it feels good. Not when you are confident. Not when the market looks perfect. Not when you have a good feeling. Every time. You follow it through losing streaks. You follow it through doubt. You follow it through the urge to tweak, to change, to optimize, to add filters, to remove filters, to find something better. You follow it when your friends are making money on a different strategy. You follow it when you see a shiny new indicator on social media. You follow it when your emotions tell you to do something else. You follow it until you have a large enough sample size to evaluate it. Not 10 trades. Not 20 trades. 100 trades. 200 trades. That is the minimum. Anything less is noise. And if after that sample size, the strategy does not work, you find another. But not because you gave up after 3 losses. Not because you had a bad week. Not because you got emotional. Because the data told you to. That is what works. Not a perfect strategy. A simple strategy. Followed consistently. Over a large sample size. That is it. That is the secret. And it is not a secret. It is just discipline. It is just boring. It is just hard work. The traders who make money are not the ones who found the magic indicator. They are the ones who stuck with a good enough strategy through the hard times. They did not quit. They did not chase the next shiny object. They just executed. Let me tell you about the cost of searching for the perfect strategy. It is not just the money you spend on courses, though that adds up. It is not just the money you lose from switching systems, though that is real. It is the time. It is the frustration. It is the potential you never reach. It is the trader you could have become. Every month you spend searching for a new strategy is a month. You are not mastering your current one. Every year you spend hopping from system to system is a year. You are not building consistency. I have seen traders spend 5 years searching for the perfect strategy. 5 years. They could have mastered any half-decent strategy in 6 months. 6 months of focused execution. 6 months of disciplined follow-through. 6 months of collecting data and learning. But they did not. They kept searching. They kept hopping. They kept believing that the next one would be the one. And at the end of those 5 years, what did they have? A collection of abandoned strategies. A history of blown accounts. A stack of courses they never finished. And the same results they had on day one. The cost of searching is not just money. It is your trading future. Every day you spend looking for the perfect strategy is a day you are not becoming a better trader. Every day you spend hopping from system to system is a day you are not building the skills that actually matter. The market does not care how many strategies you have tried. The market does not care how many courses you have bought. The market does not care how long you have been searching. The market only cares about one thing. Are you making good decisions? If you are not, the market will take your money. It does not matter how many strategies you have in your toolbox. It does not matter how many indicators you have on your screen. A trader with one simple strategy and perfect execution will beat a trader with 10, complex strategies, and poor execution. Every single time. Every time. Stop searching. Start executing. The cost of searching is your consistency. And consistency is the only thing that makes money. So how do you stop searching? How do you break the cycle of hopping from strategy to strategy, year after year? It is not easy, but it is simple. Step 1. Pick one strategy. Any strategy that has a positive expectancy. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be the best. It just has to work. Ask yourself, has anyone made money with this strategy? If yes, it is good enough. Step 2. Commit to it for a fixed period. Not forever. That would be too scary. But for long enough to give it a fair test. I recommend 100 trades or 3 months. Whichever comes first. Write down your commitment. Tell someone about it. Make it real. Step 3. Do not change anything during that period. This is the hardest part. Do not tweak. Do not optimize. Do not add filters. Do not remove filters. Do not adjust your stop loss. Do not adjust your take profit. Follow the rules exactly as written. No exceptions. Step 4. Keep a journal. Record every trade. Not just the numbers. Your emotions. Your thoughts. Your deviations from the rules. Your excuses. Your justifications. Your fears. Your greed. Everything. Step 5. After 100 trades, evaluate. Not based on how you felt. Not based on whether you had a losing streak. Based on the data. What was the win rate? What was the average win? What was the average loss? What was the expectancy? What was the maximum drawdown? If the strategy works, keep using it. If it does not, find another. But not because you got emotional. Not because you had 3 losses in a row. Not because you had a bad month. Because the data told you to. This is how you stop searching. Not by finding the perfect strategy. By giving an imperfect strategy a fair chance to prove itself. By collecting enough data to make a rational decision. By separating your emotions from your evaluation. The traders who make money are not the ones who found the perfect strategy. They are the ones who gave a good enough strategy a fair chance. They are the ones who collected the data. They are the ones who trusted the process. Stop searching. Start executing. Start collecting. Start evaluating. That is how you become consistent. Let me leave you with this. The perfect strategy does not exist. It never has. It never will. Every strategy loses. Every strategy has drawdowns. Every strategy has losing streaks. The question is not which strategy never loses. That question has no answer. The question is which strategy you can follow when it does lose. The traders who make money are not the ones who found the perfect strategy. They are the ones who stuck with a good enough strategy through the hard times. They did not quit after 3 losses. They did not chase the next shiny indicator. They did not blame their system for their lack of discipline. They simply executed. Consistently. Over and over. Through the wins and the losses. Through the doubt and the fear. Through the urge to change. Until the odds worked in their favor. That is the secret. It is not a secret. It is discipline. It is execution. It is consistency. It is boring. It is hard. It is simple. Stop looking for the perfect strategy. It does not exist. Start focusing on what does exist. Your discipline. Your execution. Your consistency. Those are the only things that will make you money. Not a perfect strategy. Not a magic indicator. Not a secret pattern. You. Your ability to follow your rules. Your ability to stay disciplined when it is hard. Your ability to keep executing when you want to change. That is what works. That is what has always worked. That is what will always work. The perfect strategy is a myth. Your discipline is real. Focus on what is real. If this video helped you, hit subscribe. Stack another brick. I will see you in the next one.